What's up guys, today we're gonna continue with our YouTube clone here, and today we will actually fine-tune the layout and also change some SSS styling and also begin with our short section. Yeah. Okay, so I've changed some SSS code in the second header. So what we can do here is head over to second header and go into that CSS code or SSS code. And here we essentially want to remove this display flex and flex direction because we don't need that, I think. Actually, we do want to have that, never mind, but we have to go and fix some things in the JSX actually. So here we want to create, inside of second header, we want to create a new div with a class name of scroll wrapper. And I'm sorry guys, I've been sick quite lately, so this is, I'm not in my prime state right now, but I hope that works out for you guys. Anyways, and this should eventually be inside of here, but we want to create another div, which is going to be called second header items. And inside of here we want to have this map or loop, just like that. And if we head over to our browser, this will probably look a bit weird, but what we essentially want to aim at is to fix this here, because this yeah, now you see. So it's gonna be looking weird, but we want to fix so that the text in here doesn't really give us the problem that the width and height is too small. So we're gonna fix that. So after you've done all these divs, you want to go to the SSS, and inside of here we want to change some things. So inside of here we want to create or type .scroll wrapper. And inside of here we want to have overflow of X, which is gonna be scroll. And we also want to have flex 1. And inside of this we want to type second header dash items. And inside of here we want to essentially just move this code here inside of here. And we also want to have the width to be max content. The height is going to be 100%. And we also want to have, yeah, I think that's all. And inside of this we want essentially all the content to be in. So we're gonna just copy paste it just like that. And I think that's all there. I think that's all. Now we should actually remove this overflow X here. We don't need that anymore. So we're gonna do that. And if we head over to oh, it's let me see. I might have spelled something wrong here. Yeah, it's gonna be an R here. I think that should be it. Yeah, okay. So what we just fixed was essentially so we were able to scroll here. Now obviously the height of these two or these buttons here is not correct, and the width is not correct for the whole header. So we can fix that by simply just going over to second header or dot second header, and I think the width should be 88%. So if we go over to our browser again, you guys can see that the width is correct. And I also think that we want to have we want to increase the height of this header as well. So it says min height is 3.45 rem. I will change that to be the height, and this might shrink it. It actually didn't, whatever. And we're gonna set this to maybe 6 rem. Okay, as you guys can see, that didn't really work. That's fine. Let's see. Maybe we want to change the height of the box, maybe. I think that might be a problem. Yeah, that was the problem. So now you guys can see that we have all the boxes correctly in all the right size with the right dimensions and so forth. So that's really good. Yeah, if you guys didn't see what I did, I just changed the height to the box to be 2 rem. Okay, so that's done with the second header. So what we can do now is if we go to our main page here, and as you guys can see, we have a lot of divs here. So the first thing I noticed was we actually want to remove one of these. And if we go back to our browser, it will look a bit cleaner, I guess. We might want to... no, I think this is fine, actually. Okay, so we might want to add some gap between the header here and the main page. So what we can do is go to header again, or a second header, and just add a margin bottom here. Let's say 2 rem for example. Yeah, that didn't work because it's position absolute. That's fine. Okay, so what we can do essentially is go to main page and add a margin top. I think that might work. Let's try 3 rem. Okay, that didn't work, as you guys can see. Okay, but then we can add some padding to it. That should work. So instead of margin, we use padding. The 2D padding. Yeah, that moved it down a bit. So I think that looks a lot better. I will probably decrease the padding because this might be too much, but yeah, at least we got it a bit lower. Okay, so let's set this to 1.5. I think that should be fine. And what we want to do now is essentially just create a map for all of these elements. So we will create a new file which can be called content containers or container.js, and inside here we want to create a const which can be content, and this should equal to a list with multiple items, and the ID should be, let's see, yeah, okay, so the ID should be 36. We also want to have a title, which is going to be just a string, and I will just say title here. Let's go with the basic one. We also want to have a thumbnail, and this is obviously gonna be an image, and I want to use my own created thumbnail right here, so I will import that. You guys can find that image in the GitHub resource or GitHub repo that is linked down below in the description or in the comments. So you can just type thumbnail or import thumbnail from, and then we have to find the image folder, which is gonna have a folder called thumbnail, and I named my image thumbnail 2. I'm gonna choose that, and here we just want to use that image. Then we have a channel name. This is also a string, and this is just channel name. And then we have the amount of views the video had gotten, which could be like 50k views, for example. I'm gonna change the structure a bit up, but that's fine. And now I think we want 5 of these, so we're gonna copy this 4 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and change the IDs so that they doesn't collide with each other. And what I will probably do is name this content 1, and I'm gonna copy this whole constant here, create another const, which is gonna be called constant 2, and then change the IDs here as well. So we will essentially be able to have 2 rows of videos. It's gonna change these to 44 and 45, and then we want to export both of these constants, so we can just type export and then destructure it and type content 1, comma content 2, and I think that's enough. Actually, I think that's all we have to do. So if we go back into MainPage, we can import content. I think I will do this actually. Content 1, comma content 2 from content container, just like that. And then I will remove all of these at the moment, just like that. And here what we can do is we want to loop this or map this over this whole div here. So we can say essentially content 1 dot map frick's sake. For some reason, never mind. So we're gonna create an item, which I will call video here, and then we're gonna create. It's too many parentheses here, right? Yeah. Okay. And yeah, by the way, this should not be brackets. This should be parentheses. And I think I have to remove one of these, I guess. Yeah, and inside of here we will want to essentially just copy this whole div here and paste it inside. Like that. Then we're gonna change some things. So first of all, this is gonna have a key of video.id, and then this should be video.title, and this should be video.thumbnail, and this should be video.channel name. and this should be with video.views. Video.views. Okay, so let's see how this looks. Oh, we might not actually want to destruct this. Then we have to import it 2 times, I guess. Does that work? Interesting. Okay, so we do get an error here if we go over to our browser, and as you guys can see, it doesn't really find content 1 in the content container, and that's because I spelled it wrong. Yeah, I know why. Okay, so if we go over here to content container, I spelled content 1 and 2 wrong. Content, so it's gonna be a T here, a T here, and basically the same for the exports. And if we go over here and take back the things we added, this should be fine. Okay, so if we now go over to our browser again, and then you guys can see we have a new thumbnail which I created. And yeah, this looks pretty good. Now we just want to do the same with the content too, and we can just simply just copy this whole thing here, but we actually want to copy this whole div and paste it beneath this, and then just change the variable name to content2 instead. And if we do that and go back to our browser, you guys can see we have 2 rows of videos. So that's really interesting and really good. Now that's done, I think we can go over to our short section, and then what we want to do here is create a new styling sheet, which I will name just shorts.css. And I think, yeah, we want to create another JavaScript file or JSS file, which is going to be shorts underscore items.js. And instead of here, we want to just essentially create a const which will be named shorts container. And we will do the same thing as we did with the videos. We'll create items with different IDs and parameters. And this could be what type of 45, so we're gonna begin in 46. And the title will also be a string, which could be short title. And with the we also want to have a views variable here, which is going to be, say, 300k views or something. It doesn't really matter. Oh, whoops. And we want to have probably 6 of these items here. So I'm gonna copy this and create 6 of these, so it's 3, 4, 5, and 6, and change the IDs. So this will be 47, 48, 49, 50, and 51. Just like that. We can also remove all of these different files here because we don't need them. Just like that. Nice. So if we go back to our main page, JSX here, we want to essentially loop over all the shorts as well beneath this main header here. So what we can do is just create a new div with the class name of shorts, just like that. And inside of here we obviously want to import and also export this constant here, so we're gonna do that. Export shorts container, and we also want to import it here. Shorts container, and inside of here we want to map over this variable which is called shorts container, and this is going to be taken item which I'm gonna call short, and this is gonna be an arrow function to our renderer. So it's gonna be parentheses. You can also type return, but this is just a quick way to do it. And inside of here we want to create a div with a class name of short, and we'll also want an end tag to that. And inside of this we want to have an image source, which is going to be short dot thumbnail. Now I actually forgot to create that, so we're gonna create that later. This could just be thumbnail. We want to add an alt here just to don't get a warning. And then we want to create an h4 tag, which should be short dot title. And we also want to have an p tag, which is going to be short dot views, just like that. And now we're gonna just import the thumbnail here, which we can simply just do by coming over to content container and copy this whole import here. Because it's the same folder, it should be fine. And then we can create a new variable here, which takes in this const here. And we're gonna do that for every single item. Just like that. And if we go over to our browser now, this is gonna be look a bit weird, but as you guys can see, it is in fact looping over all the items. So we can go back to our programming and essentially just style this short section. So head over to our styling sheet for the short section, and we can just type dot short here, and the width is going to be 100%. I might have to add a wrapper to this as well, so we can scroll, but I don't think they have implemented that in the real application, so I will probably not do that. Anyways, the height is going to be 50 view height. The display is going to be flex. We want to have a flex direction of row. We also want to have align item center. And we want to have an overflow hidden, which means we can't scroll because we removed that opportunity or that option. And we can have a margin top as well, which is going to be 2 rem. And this is going to be shorts, not short. And now inside of here, we want to style the short section or the short div. So the height is going to be 100%. And the display is going to be flex as well. The flex direction is going to be a column. And we want to have a width of 40 view width. And the image, we want to resize the image and make some more styling to it. So the border radius is going to be 1 rem. I might change that later. We will see how it looks. The width is going to be 100%. And the height is going to be 80%. And we want to have an object fit, which is going to be a cover. So let's see how this looks in our browser. Okay, so apparently nothing have changed, and I think I know why. That's because I haven't imported the style sheet yet, so I have to do that. And we used a capital S here. I think that should be fine. Yeah, we just have too many shorts, but I think it looks okay. We can remove the amount of shorts we added to the JS file. But the most important thing here is to notice that the image of the short is different from the resolution of the image on the video. That's what's worth noticing. Anyways, so let's go back to our programming and just readjust the amount of shorts we have. So I will probably have... I will remove 2 items here and see what happens. Okay, so I think 2 items is fine, but we don't have any gaps between these items here, so we will probably have to add some gaps. And we can do that quite easily. Just go over to short and just add a margin, which is going to be 1 rem, for example. And if we go over here, you guys can see that we have effect space between all the different shorts. So that's the short section, and we can obviously do the same thing as we did with this and create multiple rows. Now, something here to take notice of is in YouTube, the shorts are not thumbnails, they are videos. So you probably want to have a clickable video here, but I'm just gonna go with an image at the moment. You guys probably understand. And yeah, so that's really good. It's just one thing more to fix, and it is this section up here, because this looks weird. I know how to fix that, so that's fine. So let's go over to our programming section here and go over to... we can first of all collapse all of these because we don't need them anymore. Now you guys can go to the sidebar, and it's probably this button here, right? No, it's not. It's this here. So it's the sidebar container header we want to fix, and I think the only thing I did was so we have align items and justify content center here, but we don't have any display flexes or whatever. So let's try to add a display flex here and see what happens. If we do that and go back, you guys can see that fixed everything actually. So now it's not cramped and looks good. One thing I noticed right now is that these items here should not be centered. It actually should be pushed to the left. And it's probably because we have an justify content attribute in the styling. This behavior is in fact happening, so we can go and change that. So it's probably we want to remove the justify content center here. This is fine, but we want to go to sidebar container and remove that as well. So if we do that and go back, you guys can see that everything is pushed to the right or to the left. That's what we want. So it looks quite good actually, and I think that's for today actually. So if you enjoyed this video, then great for you, and if you want to learn more about creating websites and programming and just much more fun stuff you can do with your computer and code, then please stay tuned to the channel. Yeah guys, have a great day and thank you for watching.